like a lesion is or like a network mapping is? Yeah, I didn't know if we could go either. Like, pretty much a lesion is it can be like it's like an abnormal part. Like it can be a birthmark. It's just abnormality. And network mapping, it's a term used for pretty much mapping something, like organizing something with its functions, such as like the brain, which is what this is about, like specific parts of the brain and what function goes with it, like say your art side, like left hemisphere and your right hemisphere of your brain, kind of like that. And a quick story is, okay, I was like deadbeat, like trying to look on scienceamerica.com for a topic, and I didn't like any of them. Like they were all like boring and generic. And then I found this one, and I was like, oh my god, like there's no one who's gonna pick this. Like it's like hecka specific and pretty weird. And pretty much I picked this topic for all you because it's like really important, and honestly, like it could affect you in your future lives or even like members because it's such a relevant or new technique, I should say, and focusing on how to like kind of recover from like head injuries and stuff like that. And what I'm gonna be talking about today is like the history of it, how it works, and like the future, what it comes to. So first is the history, and in I forgot the source, but in 2013, there was he pretty much says in this article that in the early 1980s, it was first brought up as a project called SOAR, which is Subject, Observe, and I forgot what R was. But it was a cool technique, and it showed pretty much mapped the brain out, but not like in a 3D model, it was a 2D model. And it showed like the brain from like the top view, and pretty much was like very generic and basic, and didn't really go into details. And then later on, they came up with the theory upon lesion network mapping, which was from Scientific Resourcefulness in 2017. And they pretty much say that like the idea of lesion network mapping didn't even come into play until 2015, and it was just an idea. Like it was just like, oh, we could do that, couldn't we? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. And then 2017, it became like an actual like thing. Like they were actually doing it. It became a real life thing where they were just like on it. And it's pretty much like the main like history that you guys should know. And then onto like how it works. It's pretty crazy. So, God. Okay, love in scientific something in 2018 came into play, and he said pretty much that it's like a 3D model. Like imagine taking a picture with your phone and then just being able to like see it in 3D, and they were able to put so many like functions together, like, oh, that part is like should be like where like he draws, or that part is like how we learn sign language, per se, like like the memory part. And then later on, Darian from GitHub in 2018 says that it pretty much gives us the relevance of white matter, which if you guys don't know what white matter is, it's like matter in your cerebrum, like your neck area, and it's like pretty much what causes in some cases paralysis, and they're pretty much saying like it could help that, like this subject pretty much is saying that if you were to study lesions enough and the network mapping of the brain, you could possibly, I'm not going to quote because I'm not a scientist, but possibly, find a cure for, say, paralysis. And then the future, like, it's crazy where you could go with this lesion and network mapping. And Rose in Scientific America in 2018 clearly states that she could, if you study lesion enough in the future, you could help with Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and a few other mental disorders, because if you were to able to actually function the brain where like each part is, you could figure out the, coding in a way of the brain. And then, what's the last one? Volcker in Scientific Direct in 2017 also states that, oh god. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember. No, I don't. But, oh, yeah, I don't remember. But, I mean, if you guys want to know more about it, pretty much branding mapping, first edition. I didn't get to read it. I only like read reviews, and they were all pretty well like made, like 4.5. You know, it's not the best, but it's pretty up there. And yeah, you guys should really like take into matters because this could be the future of like solving all sorts of matters with mental issues and like disabilities.